Hey everybody, how you doing? Happy Friday. And this is our third part of the series. And Wednesday we talked about LinkedIn topics. It's a good way to customize your news feed so you get all the content you want to see. Like if you want content related to marketing, you can subscribe to marketing, you'll see that. If you want social media, you can customize, follow that kind of topic. And then yesterday we were talking about it was talking about who should you connect with. People say this all the time to me, like, I have all these invitations. Who do I connect to? Who shouldn't I connect to? So we went through, how to really vet your LinkedIn connections. And then when you start connecting with certain kinds of people, if I connect with a lot of other marketers, LinkedIn's algorithm is going to tell me, here's some other marketers you should connect with. And typically they're my competitors, so I don't really want to have more of them. If I'm looking to work with authors or speakers, I want to connect with more authors and speakers. And I actually did that yesterday. I connected with a lot of people of my target audience. And today it says, you should also connect with these people. So the algorithm adjusted overnight and now it's suggesting, instead of marketing people, authors and speakers and coaches. And today we're going to talk about filling your events. And before we jump into that, I really want to thank everybody for all the great feedback here. This is like really a challenge for me because I can get up and speak in front of 500 people with no hesitation. But for some reason, when I get on webinars and I get on these kind of calls like this, I just feel like I'm alone and it's just a weird feeling. But if I see an audience out there, when I do my weekly Zoom calls with my coaching group, we see each other. We're all on video and it's like we're in the room together. But when I do these kind of events, I don't know. There's a fear I have to get over, so that's why I'm doing these calls. So if you have questions along the way, go ahead and type them in chat or on the Facebook. Go ahead and give me a little shout out on Facebook there. And I see Doreen and Mike are here. And I'm sure you guys will learn a lot from this because I've been kind of sharing this with you guys. But let me share my screen here and I'll show you what I've been up to. So let's go to, here we go. So my friend Alex Mondosian is emceeing 4 events for Jack Canfield's One Day to Greatness live with Jack Canfield. It's in 4 cities coming up next month. And Alex is promoting the event for him. So Alex called me up and said, hey, I need your help. I'm doing Facebook ads, I'm emailing my list, but I want to get some people from LinkedIn to attend this class. It's a 1-day event. It's only $197 and you can bring a friend. So it's not a high ticket item. But so what we were doing, we went through Alex's LinkedIn account, which is, he doesn't use LinkedIn. He's got about 3,500 connections. So it's like starting from scratch, really. So what I had to do is actually kind of get his account moving again. Exception connect. He had like hundreds of connections to accept. So I went through all those, and then I started inviting people to connect just to get some momentum going. Because when LinkedIn sees you're active on your site, they seem to kind of favor you and get your stuff. Your profile shows up in front of other people's sidebars. So, the more active you are, the more LinkedIn notices it and helps you out. So what we did, I just accepted those connections. And one of the strategies I liked using, and I know a lot of you always hear me talking about this, Dean Jackson's 9-word email. And search Google for 9-word email, Dean Jackson, and you'll come up. I Love Marketing as a podcast where he explains the whole theory between this. You send a short question to someone, and that's it. You don't, send a link. You don't go into details. You just say, it's like if I'm trying to reach out to other coaches, I'm a professional certified coach. If I want to reach out to other coaches and connect, one way to really break the ice is to say, are you accepting new clients in your practice? And, about 90% of people will respond within 24 hours with that one, because it seems like most coaches are always looking for more clients. So my next question would be, what kind of clients are you looking for? I'm trying to find out, because there's, coaches really focus in different areas. I help people more with their online marketing and the branding, where other coaches might help them with, marriage issues or, different topics. So by reaching out, connecting with other coaches, we can refer business to each other. Now, it's not like I'm trying to get them to become a client by saying, are you accepting new clients? Because some people think that's kind of tricking them, but I'm really trying to set up a referral network with other coaches so we can help each other out, because we can't be really good at everything. The more focused you are, the better things work out. So with Alex's account, I just started, I was going to ask a lot of questions, but since we only have a couple of weeks till the event, I had to shorten it. So I broke the rules of the 9-word email, and I would say something like, are you a Jack Canfield fan? Actually, let me show you some of these. And that's Lila in the background. So here's how I kind of cut through it. I went to Alex's first level connections, and Dallas is the first event. So I just said, hi, first name. Are you a Jack Canfield fan? Jack is coming to Dallas on March 20th for a live event. And I have some 2-for-1 tickets if you're interested. You can learn more about Jack's event. So really, in theory, if I had more time, this would be a couple messages back and forth. I would just say, are you a Jack Canfield fan? And if they said, yes, I am, then I would say, hey, he's coming to Dallas next month, and I have some 2-for-1 tickets if you're interested. So, but since we have such a compressed thing, so I sent out about 250 messages. At first I did Dallas, then Boston, the 4 different cities. So I picked his first level connections, and I looked for like coaches or consultants. Those are people that come in, authors. They come to Jack's event. So I kind of knew who they were looking for. I did a LinkedIn search for these people of Alex's first level connections, and just sent about 50 messages a day to start, because I didn't want to overdo it with Alex's account because he hasn't been using it a whole lot. And by sending out the 250 messages, I got 3 people that signed up for the event just with this one message. So it's like, wow, that worked really well. The problem is now I can't really go back through that list easily. The LinkedIn messaging is so convoluted. The inbox is just a big mess. I can't really see who actually responded easily. So we went on to the next level, and he wanted to send this message. He wanted to test the 9-word email again. He says, are you still thinking about attending Jack Canfield's One Day to Greatness event in Dallas? And I just sent that last night. We haven't had any real responses yet, but I'm going through that. I'll be testing those messages throughout the next couple of weeks. I'll just keep messaging people and starting conversations with people. So if we look over here, here's a new message I started sending to new connections. So I've been really growing Alex's network, accepting connections. I think I've added 1,000 connections literally in the last 7 days on Alex's account, because he's famous. He has a lot of outstanding invitations, so I'm accepting those, and then just inviting other people who I think you would know. I'd say, people you may also know. And I'm just clicking away, growing his network so I have more people to message. So I started this welcome message on Tuesday. So I'm finally realizing the power of LinkedIn. Thank you for connecting with me. Is there anything I can help you with? Let me know. Thanks again for joining my LinkedIn network. And I added this little PS, which marketers are famous for. If you're a Jack Canfield fan, we're doing a very limited one-day to greatness event this month. Check it out. And right here. So this I've sent this week, the welcome message I've sent probably about 250 of those also. And we have 10 signups now total. So it's been, a little tedious work. It's, messaging here, cut and paste, but it's working. So if I had a lot more time to promote this event, and they're only trying to get 100 people at this event. This isn't like a 1,000-person event. It's a very intimate event where I'm sure Jackson offers some of his high-end coaching programs. But this whole process works really well. That's the problem. You just have to be doing this and have your account moving forward before you start. We started from a cold start, and we've signed up at least 10 people now that have responded and messaged, said, okay, I signed up, and I'm bringing my 16-year-old son. So this stuff works. And it works for doing webinars too. You can't get 500 people to join your webinar through LinkedIn messages. You have to run ads really to get a high volume. But if you're looking to get a small group of people together or 100 people to an event, this is really an effective way. You could have your whole team sending messages like this, reaching out to their networks, and just start conversations with people. Does anyone have any questions here? Let me know. And Ken says, yeah, 3,500 from scratch. No, Alex had 3,500 connections to start. And I've added close to 1,000 in the last couple weeks. And mostly because he had hundreds of outstanding messages. So it was really easy to accept people. I didn't accept all of them, obviously. And then just once you start, he's active. And we're posting a lot of content on his news feed. So more people are reaching out every day to connect with him. As we see here under his network, just by posting content and sharing content and liking content, you get into other people's worlds of LinkedIn. So even if you're not connected with them, if you see something on your news feed that somebody posted that's your second level connection and you like it, they know that. They get notified that you liked it. So here we've got another one here. So what I'll do is I'll accept this after the call and I'll send her that welcome message. And hey, if you're interested in Jack Canfield event, here you go. But here, and the people you may know, this is where I started connecting with a lot of coaches, authors, and speakers, which is Jack Canfield's target audience. And now LinkedIn has adjusted the algorithm. Here's a happiness coach. Here's acquisition dispositions, aware show host, author. So it's just the LinkedIn algorithm does a lot of the work for you once we get the momentum going like that. And you got some questions here. Hey Raven, how you doing? Good to see you. Do you have a paid LinkedIn account to do this? And what do you recommend saying for webinars and live streams? Okay. Yes, Alex signed up for Sales Navigator. So here's his regular LinkedIn account. And here's Sales Navigator. Sales Navigator, it's a company, it's like $700 or $800 a year, but it's so worth it because you can send more messages now, and LinkedIn knows that you're using it to generate business. They won't flag your account. Plus, when you do your searches, they give you all the fields that you want to search. So what I would do is, here I'm searching for Dallas-Fort Worth area entrepreneurs. And it gives me that information, and actually I can save those searches. So LinkedIn's always running those searches for me. So yes, if you really want to do this and get business from LinkedIn, Sales Navigator is the way to go because they give you the tools you need. And for a webinar for your show, like Raven, it's kind of ongoing. You can have your assistant doing it, like just when you're reaching out to people, you send a friendly welcome message like Alex did. Okay, if there's anything I can do to help you, let me know. And one thing that seems to work really well is at the end of it, you just have PS, hey, I have a weekly show. Check it out and give them the link to that. So those PSs are pretty good. They work really well for that kind of things. And then periodically, as you're doing a certain topic, you can just send a message. Hey, I'm doing a live show tonight. So-and-so is the guest. You may be interested if you know, if you're interviewing Alex, for example. Alex would be a great draw for your audience. So you can say, hey, I'm interviewing Alex Mondosian tonight. Join me, things like that. The thing is, yeah, it's a lot of tedious cutting and pasting. There are tools out there you can automate it, but you have to be really careful because LinkedIn's really cracking down on the tools these days. So you don't want to get caught using automation. And if you do use it very cautiously, or they will flag your account and you'll have to beg for forgiveness to get it back. So Heyman wants to know, show us an example of what you're doing for your own event and brand. Okay, well, I'm logged into Alex's account now, but I'm doing the same thing. Actually, from my account, since I have 16,000 connections, I'm sending messages to people in Dallas, Boston, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. The same ones I'm sending for Alex. I'm saying, hey, Alex Mondosian is doing an event with Jack Canfield if you're available. So I'm just reaching out the same way with mine. So let's see, Raven asked the same question. Okay, and Peter's here. So anyone else have questions? But basically, the whole concept is once you learn this 9-word email system, try to start conversations. And at Traffic and Conversion Summit this year and Social Media Marketing World, the whole themes were like, you got to start conversations on social media that lead to sales calls, basically phone conversations. And one of the slides, I remember Perry Belcher's slides, a sale doesn't occur until a conversation has happened. So by sending these little pings, somebody would start a conversation 2 weeks ago or 2 years ago, just kind of pinged me the other day and said, hey, what's up? And I said, nothing, life is good. How about you? He says, oh, I need to hire you. Let's set up the time to call each other. So just those little keep in touch messages, sharing content on your newsfeed and articles, sharing, liking, and commenting on other people's content gets you in front of their networks. So in case you're not familiar about the concept of the first level connections, then all my first levels, their networks become my second level, and their second level become the third level. So you are 1 or 2 messages away from literally all of LinkedIn, 500 million people. So just focus on starting little conversations, helping people out. Don't sell. I mean, we all get those messages. I'm not trying to sell you anything, and they send you this long sales pitch. Nobody wants to buy from a stranger. They have to know, like, and trust you. So just start conversations, help people out. Okay, here's another question. A tip on connecting with CXO level. That's a really good one. And that it's kind of like cold calling in a way. One way to do it is to find their social media if they're on social media. Most CEOs of very large companies have a LinkedIn profile, but they aren't active. And you can see they've never posted or they rarely post, they don't interact. So what you do in that case is sometimes you have to go down one level below that to interact with people that may be on LinkedIn that can introduce you. Some of the things we've done to get attention of CEOs like that is, actually one was, we found out on LinkedIn, his feed, he hadn't posted forever on LinkedIn. All of a sudden, he started sending his tweets, and they're showing up on LinkedIn. He was posting things, and he was talking about pro golf, the PGA Tour, all the events that were going on. He was an avid golfer. And on Twitter, he kept tweeting information about the current event. Like right now, he'd be tweeting about Tiger Woods playing in this tournament this weekend. So my client was a golfer too. I said, hey, get on Twitter, start responding to his tweets about golf, start a conversation about golf on Twitter. And it got the guy's attention. They started talking. They had a phone call, started doing business. So you have to get creative to get to the C-level connection a lot of times. But yeah, if they're out there, they will respond to you. Okay, Raven says, thank you. I need to reach out. Radio hosts, podcasters, live streams are my target market. Would Sales Navigator get me in front of this audience? Oh, definitely. is there a daily limit how many people you reach out to each day? And you have to be careful there. You have to build up slowly. So if you're starting from scratch, you want to just connect with, send 10 invitations a day to start. If you start doing, I had one client just did it. He sent 50 invitations his first day, and LinkedIn flagged him. I've never seen him flagged that fast. He said, you must be using some kind of automation because you reached out to 50 people today. And they flagged his account, and he was called the LinkedIn penalty box or LinkedIn jail. So he had to contact support, and he's still waiting actually to get his account back. But so be careful about that. What I like to do is do the searches in Sales Navigator and then view the profiles. Like here, we've got Alex. We did this search. It's 24 people showed up. And what was the actual search? Dallas-Fort Worth area, first level connections that are entrepreneurship. They're in the function of entrepreneur. So what I would do, if these were second level, I would search for second level connections here and then start viewing their profiles. So I look at Michelle. So say I wasn't connected with Michelle. When you view people's profiles, they get a notification that says, oh, Alex Mondosian viewed your profile. And when I do that to people, about 25% of the time, they'll actually come back and send me an invitation to connect, anywhere from 20 to 25% of the time, which some weeks is 10%, some weeks is 20%, 25%. But that's, to me, that's a warm lead as opposed to a cold lead. If I'm sending blind invitation, it's like me picking up the phone and calling random phone numbers and seeing if you want to buy from me. But if I view your profile, then you come back and invite me to connect. They're interested in my profile for some reason. That's why you have to have a really compelling profile that gets their attention right away. Does that make sense, Raven? And then they invite you to connect, you send that welcome message, start a conversation, and tell them about your show. They come to your website. You want to get them to your website so they learn more about what you're doing too. And your profile should have a lot of information about your show in there. Okay, and one more. Yeah, so that's it. So you want to do the second level. Okay. So first level of Raven, it's people you've accepted their invitation, so you're connected. And it says right up here, first level connection. So what happens is I can actually look at her profile. Let me go over here on the regular LinkedIn. So let's just look at somebody Alex just connected with. So we got them up to 4,072 connections. So we've added at least 500 connections in the last week. So here's Dave. Let's look at Jody. I met Jody years ago at conferences. Wow. Blast from the past. So here you can look at people's connections over here. So because Alex is connected to Jody now, she's a first level connection. And now when we look at Jody's network from Alex's account, here's a second level connection. So these are all people one step away. So what you could do is you could reach out to Rita here. Alex could and say, write a custom invitation. Hey, I'm connected with Jody Covard too. Let's connect and see how we can help each other. Something like that. And that's how you grow your network with people that you want to connect with. So that's really how it is. Third level is one step beyond that. So third level to Alex would be Rita's network. So her whole network is a third level from Alex. Does that make sense? Okay. Well, great, everybody. We went way over. I was supposed to do this in 15 minutes, but this stuff it's a lot of fun. I love playing with this stuff. But if you really want to focus on conversations, and if you're trying to fill a webinar or fill an event, you start just, a month before, just reaching out to people, pinging them, put it in your profile about the event, talk about it. So when they come to view your profile, they'll see prominently that your event. You could even put a banner like here on Alex's. We've toyed about putting on his banner here the Jack Canfield event, but I thought that may confuse people if they come to Alex's profile and they see Jack Canfield. It's like, what the heck's going on here? That's really what I make it really prominent. Yours, Raven, you can put my next live cast is, and you can put that right there. Thursdays at 5 p.m. Pacific or whenever you have them. And you can even put who the guest would be. So make it really clear. So Linda wants to know, how often are you doing these now? Are these just on Zoom or you do Facebook Lives? It's on Facebook too, on my page, Ted Prodromou. So it's LinkedIn or facebook.com/LinkedIn coach. And I'm just kind of playing this. And I'm doing this to get over my fear of speaking in front of the camera. So hopefully I get better and better at this. But you know, the whole theme too at Social Media Marketing World and Traffic and Conversion Summit, Facebook wants to be the next Netflix. So as you know, you're seeing a lot more live videos on there, and they have lots of tools they're coming out with to do live videos and to do shows. A lot of people have a show on Facebook now. Their goal is to compete against Netflix and Amazon for the next broadcast medium. So this is where the future is at. So I got to get good at it, get over this fear of the camera. Thanks, Raven. She says, I'm looking and sounding awesome, Ted. Thanks a lot. And Dorian says, you're ready to do so many videos for this is just the next level. Yay for me. Yeah, I can do the screen capture ones all day long because I'm not on the camera. So, okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. And Monday morning at 8 a.m., I have a guest coming on, Matt Galogli, a friend of mine. And next week, our theme is going to be teaching how to close sales. Matt he used to be Perry Marshall's salesman, and now he's on his own. And Matt's going to teach us how to close sales. So once we engage with these conversations, once we get them on the phone, we can close them rather than just getting on the phone and having more fun conversations. So it'll be every day next week, 8 a.m. Pacific. We're doing them earlier because Matt's on the East Coast. So join us. I'll send out emails and I'll post it on my Facebook page, the link to the next webinars. Have a great weekend. Happy St. Patrick's Day and everything.